Are you stuck in District 12 mentally or spiritually? If you're here, you're meant to hear this message. We opened a portal live on TikTok called The Looking Glass. This is an art technique where we cover a piece of paper with charcoal, and the symbologies that come forward contain a myriad of explanations. Each symbol can have up to 10 meanings behind them. And in this piece, this is about someone who is juggling two worlds, a world like District 12 and another world called District 13. District 12 is an allegory for time. 12 hours, 12 months, 12 zodiac signs. Jesus had 12 disciples, and this number 12, it reflects being born in sin. The goddess of the moon, her name was Sin. Sin is shame, ignorance, and narcissism. And when we, like Dorothy, have a broken and empty house, like Katniss on the Hunger Games, this reflects that we are born in a powerless realm. It's kind of like we were born dead. We were born weak. And in order to become powerful, we have to leave the world of shame, ignorance, and narcissism behind. And we have to heal our 7 chakras and learn from the 7 spirits of God in order to go to a mansion of many rooms like President Snow and become as white as snow. So we go through many colors and many numbers that are an allegory, like the golden ratio. If your spirit is like the golden ratio, you begin really small and then you expand out. And so Katniss had a lot of things to heal in her personal life to go from a powerless, empty, broken house to a mansion. She had a blocked throat chakra. She had anger and wrath. She had a mother that wasn't there for her emotionally or any other way. And because of this, she carried that with her, and she would have died and it would have swallowed her up, except Katniss was special in the sense that unlike other people, she actually laid down her life for her sister and for Rue. Because of her selfless act, when we're born in a narcissistic reality, when we become selfless and we lay down our lives for others, we actually grow and become more powerful. And so they couldn't kill Katniss, not legally, because she was not like those others who killed other people because of the game. She decided she didn't want to kill someone. And because of this, she shifted from water, you're 75% water, so water reflects flesh, to spirit. She became fire. The problem was fire can also reflect a deadly sin, which is wrath. So Katniss became the Mockingjay, kind of like the Phoenix, and she became the girl on fire. Now, the girl on fire reflects that she was becoming powerful spiritually, and so she was merging away from District 12. And the powers that be knew it and tried to stop her, and they were pretty successful. You go from blue, water, to red, fire, the Holy Spirit, and white, the Holy Dove, the unicorn, the rabbit, like President Snow. And so Katniss is like you. And the problem with Katniss is she really never gave up on her wrath, and it became one of her deadly sins, which put her back into District 12, and she never made it to a mansion of many rooms, although her house that she ended up in was larger than the house she started with. If Katniss could have forgiven President Snow, her mother, and everyone around her, and if she would have stopped fighting, she may have found herself in a completely different reality. But sometimes we're so enthralled in the world that we're in and the wrath that is connected to it that we cannot detach from that world. And so this is what is being said in this piece. So let's look at the symbols. Let's begin at 1 o'clock. There's a mother. She has a dog on her head with the letter D on her shoulder. She is brushing a little girl's hair and trying to control her hair by putting it into a ponytail. This reflects someone controlling your power. and you're holding a butterfly. This means that before you were born, or even on the dream world, Spirit told you that you are here to get your wings. Now you're standing on a dragon. This is your spirit guide and transforming from lead to gold. And you have, since you're standing on the dragon, this reflects that you are trying to control spirit, and spirit should control you. And there's a Pinocchio on the dragon, and this reflects going from a not real person, a boy that is limited in understanding and power and wants to be a real boy. In order for us to be real and to be powerful, we have to become half flesh, half spirit, but spirit must dominate the flesh. And so you came here for this. And your mom with the letter D reflects district, like District 12, but it also reflects the jinn. She had the jinn energy on her, and she tried to give it to you, and you need to move away from that, move away from an old world and your old self, and go to a new world through forgiveness. Now, if we look at your pathway, it looks like a movie reel, almost like Candyland. So you're going to walk under District 12 here and the water energy, and you see an hourglass. And the hourglass reflects a polar shift. There comes a pivotal time in our life when we will go through a shift. And why do we go through the shift? Because every 11 years, the sun flips. And this flipping of the sun flips us, unbeknownst to us, because our hearts emit electromagnetic energy. And our hearts communicate with the electromagnetic energy of the sun. So when the sun flips, we flip. We go through an internal polar shift. So there's two stars next to this hourglass, and this reflects the second coming of the sun. And the second coming of the sun is a marriage of flesh and spirit, and a rebirth, and a transcendence, and a forgiveness, and a letting go. And we become nothing, and then we become everything and everyone, and we become part of a collective consciousness and a mansion of many rooms, and like become part of a horse of many colors, basically. And it does take blind faith to do it, because those who are stuck in sin or the Matrix or District 12 can't see where their lives could take them if they listened to a divine order of God and allowed Spirit to show them the way. You have Christ behind you supporting your head. This reflects that the water that is within you, Christ is the living waters who walked on water and changed water to wine. The living waters within you becomes activated. You're holding the Philosopher's Stone, and the Philosopher's Stone is the number 13. It's a different world. And in order to get to the Philosopher's Stone, you go to the number 4. 13 is 3 plus 1 equals 4. It's your fourth heart chakra. And you have a man who's kissing you, and he is there to support you, and he is there to help you. He is a little bit part of the Matrix. He is a little bit polarized in his mind, and so you're just being warned with the devil-looking individual on his face to be careful to not listen to anyone else, because like your mother controlling your hair, he is also on your hair. Don't allow someone else's perceptions of the world or spirituality to control you. You are controlled by the dragon, the divine order of God. And the dragon is the Philosopher's Stone that will change you from lead to gold, from the moon to the sun. So it's simply time to forgive and just let go. Just detach and surrender, and allow yourself to become who you're meant to be. The narcissistic world serves to push us to our adepthood, or it will consume us. And you are being asked to stand up and become the powerful person you are destined to be. The ring around 12 o'clock is a marriage of flesh and spirit, the union with the divine. Christ had 12 disciples. Jesus plus his 12 disciples is 13. A coven of witches is 13. Covenant has the word coven in it. So you're being asked, like Christ, to go to a mansion of many rooms like his father and become powerful, walk on water by allowing spirit to dominate you, not the matrix and not man. The Pinocchio also reflects the pineal gland, and this is something that's being activated at this time in your life.